right, so we're gonna start with introducing the bands. I'm gonna give you something really simple to do that you can do at home. You said you had some bands. So if you don't though, any of the bands that look like this, they're just like circular bands. They don't end. So you can go on Amazon and get these. I really like these. They're called Tribe Lifting. And then these ones are just some resistance bands you can get on Amazon easily enough. I would stick with like green, not black, that's a little too heavy, but if you go with the nylon type, cloth type, it has this rubber part on the inside that kind of grips onto your ankle so they don't slide. These ones tend to pull hair. I don't know, some people complain about them, some people like them, but these are probably the better ones. So if you can get the cloth one, if you want to spend a little extra money, there's something called the hip halo. That'll be kind of similar to this. That also works very well. But if you're gonna go with these ones, go with a yellow or a green. Okay, you don't need anything super crazy. So I'm gonna give you a couple of different exercises you can do with the bands, and then when these become too easy, we can start working on some other stuff, all right? So I'll give you about 3 exercises you can do to start incorporating now, and then hopefully that works for you. All right, so I'm gonna put the camera down so you can kind of get a little bit of an angle here. But the first one you're gonna do is you're gonna take that band and you're gonna loop it through your feet. I want it to be just over your ankles, okay? So from there, we're gonna kind of press out on that band. So you notice my knees are going out, okay? We wanna make sure that they don't go in. We want them to go out. And then from there, we're gonna kind of bend down and squat. So when I squat down, I wanna keep a nice tall chest, okay? No leaning forward, so make sure it's nice and tall. And then from there, you're gonna take side steps. We're gonna pick up those feet and side step. And then back. For that one, I would do like 3 sets of 10, okay, each direction. So you're gonna walk 10 steps that way, 10 steps the other way. Now it's very important that you don't drag the trailing foot, okay? So make sure that when you take a small step and step out with that band, the other foot that's following steps as well. Another thing you wanna do is always keep tension on the band, okay? So as I'm stepping, I wanna make sure that when I step back in with the following trailing foot, I don't let the tension off the band, okay? So you wanna keep tension on the band the whole time. So I'm gonna step out, and then it's a small step in so the band still has tension on it. And you're gonna really feel that in the outside hip, in the glutes area, okay? For your knees, one thing I noticed when you were squatting, your knees, you have very good squat form except for the knees kind of travel forward. I wanna try to work on getting you to drive those knees out. When we talk about knees out over the toes. What I mean by that is this. When you were squatting, you tended to go very forward in those knees, okay? So they look like that. Not terrible, but we can make a better assessment or a better squat form by driving the knees out, okay? So one thing I want you to do is think about me having, or a person having their hands on your knees, and you're gonna press against those as you go up, and then press against them as you go down. Okay, what that does is it's gonna help you incorporate your glutes. So we're gonna turn the butt muscles on, okay? When we go forward, it puts a lot of pressure in the knees here, and it works more the adductors, and we're kind of turned off in the glutes. So one thing that you can also do is with a band, we're gonna put this up, and this will help you kind of strengthen it and also work on this. You're gonna put it right above your knee, and now I'm gonna separate the band, and then as I squat, you can see I'm driving out against the band, and then I'm gonna come back up. Same thing. So as I go down, I'm driving against that band. As I go up, I'm also pressing out. And then I feel that burn kind of on the outside here, okay? The very last one that I'll have you do, and I'm gonna move this camera down. This will be our number 3. We call them glute bridges. So glute bridges here, we're gonna have the band still on the knees here. Hands are down, okay? Planting the feet flat. We're gonna have you shoot those hips as high as you can. Okay, so really squeezing here at the top, and then we're gonna lower down, and then shoot the hips high, squeeze here, and then back down, okay? So it's very important if you watch. I'm gonna show you the band here. I'm driving the band out as I go up, so I'm kind of fighting the band, and that's why the band's good for this one, is technically when we shoot up, sometimes that band wants to collapse the knees, or our knees wanna collapse. We're trying to activate those glute muscles. So driving out against the band, you're gonna feel a little bit more of the resistance. It's turning on those muscles that we're trying to target. Those are just some basic ones that we do. We do these in warm-ups. They're really good to activate those muscles and get them going. Like I said, 3 sets of 10, each direction on the side steps. I do 3 sets of 10 on those glute bridges. When those become too easy, you can start putting like a weight on your hip, okay? You can do a dumbbell, a kettlebell. You could even get creative with a water bottle. a gallon jug on your hips, and that'll add some weight there. And then of course, working with your squat form, drive those knees out, okay? And that'll turn on those glute muscles as well. Let me know if you have any questions. If you need any more help, I'd love to help. Obviously, I'm a mobility expert. I think or at least I call myself a mobility expert. I really like helping people and, through mobility and rehab exercises. So if you have questions, more questions for me, let me know. Love to work with you, love to help you, and I hope these help.